A self-esteem issue. When you decide to put your toe in the water of talking negatively about the other parent, you're risking your child's self-esteem because kids believe I'm half mom and half dad. That's just who I am. That's my identity. So if I think for 1 second my dad is no good, I now have to question what? I might be half no good. I think for 1 moment my mother is a loser, I now have to question whether or not I'm half loser, and that doesn't feel so good. That's why kids have you on that pedestal when they're little, right? My dad can beat up your dad, my mom's the best cook in the neighborhood. Now dad, maybe he's a wimp and mom can't cook, but I need to believe they can, right? Because as long as I'm believing great things about them, I can what? Believe great things about me. And that protects me. So as a child, I walk around with a self-esteem bubble, and I'm not going to burst it till I'm ready. Now, some kids let that burst earlier than others. One sibling might say, "Can't you see what dad's doing?" or "Can't you see who mom really is?" And the other one's going, "No, I'll figure that out when I'm 25. But for now, I need to think they're great." And so it's not your job as a parent to burst that bubble for them. They will come into it. I guarantee you. They will come into it in their own time when they're ready. So your negative words don't do anything but harm their self-esteem. Another part of protecting your child's self-esteem is to be a good model. Kids are watching you. They're getting messages from you about how they should feel about themselves. So be careful what you say about yourself in front of your child. If you're always tearing down yourself, then they're going to learn that behavior. Also, the opportunity for you to show it best is when they come home and tell you what the other parent is saying about you. That's going to happen. Maybe you're taking the high ground. You're not saying the negative words about the other parent, but you certainly can't control what they're saying about you, can you? And your kids may come home and say, "Dad says this about you, Mom. Mom's saying this about you, Dad." You're going to be tempted to do what when you hear that? Defend. Well, that's not true. Here's what's really the truth. Remember, that's just another puzzle piece. Then they're going to go back and forth again, aren't they? Well, Dad said, well, Mom said, well, Dad said, well, Mom said, and get frustrated again. I would rather you do this. First of all, take care of their feelings. I'm sorry you had to hear that about me. It hurts when people talk about your parents, doesn't it? Or something of that nature. And then memorize this phrase. Please judge me by what you know about me, not by what you hear about me. Please judge me by what you know about me, not by what you hear about me. And what do you want for lunch? The buck stops here. I'm not going to address that. The lesson is judge me by my character, judge me by my behavior, judge me by my actions. Don't judge people by hearsay, gossip, stereotype. Isn't that how you want your kids to judge others?